Hello everyone, and welcome to my Y&R Homies channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for Young and the Restless. Will Jordan's body disappear from the mortuary and provide room for Colleen Zenk to return? Colleen Zenk's tenure as Jordan on the CBS serial opera has come to an end, according to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, but is she truly gone for good? Jordan herself compared herself to a cat with 9 lives and alluded to having a few more to go. That could have been a hint that Jordan would eventually come back from the dead. Maybe the Newmans were a bit hasty in declaring Jordan dead, even if it appeared like she died after drinking tea that included a bottle of sleeping tablet. Given that there would be discussion of Colleen Zenk's body being taken to the mortuary on Monday, January 27th, it's noteworthy that her final airdate was Friday, January 24th. It's possible that the production wanted to allow for certain off-screen possibilities. Jordan may have acquired a buddy or two to assist her, since she is a cunning character who has previously recruited accomplices. Jordan might eventually disappear from the mortuary if she did, in fact, have a weak pulse and was resuscitated by a dubious person. However, Y&R may always go into even more soap opera territory and disclose that Jordan was given a back-from-the-death serum, similar to what Dr. Wilhelm Rolf Richard Wharton employs on Days of Our Lives. The point is that in situations like these, soap operas aren't necessarily really accurate. Abbott, Diane Jenkins after being slain in a whodunit, Susan Walters is currently living her best life at the Abbott estate with Jack Abbott and Peter Bergman. Jordan might yet be brought back to the program by stating that she miraculously survived, vanished from the mortuary, and fled to plan her retaliation. Jordan may conclude that she must exercise patience and devise a foolproof plan to eliminate the Newmans once and for all, as she spent decades planning retaliation against them the first time. In the meantime, Jordan may go somewhere and lick her wounds, giving the Newmans the impression that she's gone for good. For the time being at least, they may remain in the dark about Jordan's mortuary disappearance. Jordan's return would be made possible by a plot like this, which would also pave the way for her to eventually surprise the Newman family. On social media, Colleen Zenk has been repeating fan ideas about how to revive Jordan. It's a possibility to consider because it seems that Zenk would be open to giving Jordan a second chance at life in the future. Stay tuned for additional plot predictions and updates on any exciting news to come, as The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that there is always a chance of some unexpected events in Genoa City. You can rely on CDL to be your one-stop source for Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates. Tessa's crazy night. Ian fakes death and Victor is hurried to surgery. The Restless and the young Tessa Porter Kate Fairbanks will arrive at the cabin with Aria Porter Copeland Maddie and Millie Ingle, and she will be surprised by Sharon Newman's reappearance of Sharon Case, according to the Y&R spoilers for Thursday, January 30th. Mariah Copeland Cameron Grimes will acknowledge that they contacted the police once she expresses how relieved she is. In addition to expressing regret for Mariah's anxiety, Tessa will affirm that Ian Ward Ray Wise was not involved in her disappearance. Tessa will confess that she took a drive to calm Aria down after telling a story about the crazy night she had. Tessa neglected to charge the car earlier, which caused it to run out of energy. Regretfully, her phone was also not charged. Tessa will explain that she was unable to walk any place with Aria due to the unfavorable weather. Even when Abby Winter's Melissa Ordway drove by and saved her, Tessa was still unable to reach Mariah since Abby had left her phone at Society. Tessa will feel sorry for making Mariah anxious and for implying that she should forgive Ian because the entire situation was simply a terrible night of issues. Mariah will just be happy to have her wife and kid back, while Tessa will feel foolish. Sharon, Tessa, and Mariah will leave Aria with Faith Newman and Raylyn Caster and go to the main house when they hear sirens approaching the property. When the paramedics come, Ian will be pronounced dead. Newman, Nikki the Melody before Sharon and Mariah provide some vehement farewell remarks. Thomas Scott will speak about Ian's reign of terror coming to an end. Victor Newman will need to be sent to the hospital for surgery even though his wound to Eric Braden won't be life-threatening. Victor will pretend that the horror is over, but Nikki will still be worried about him when they travel in the ambulance. Michael Baldwin will give Chancellor Connor Floyd a somewhat different account of what happened back at the ranch. Nick Newman and Christian LeBlanc Morrow Joshua and Newman Adam Grossman, Mark. Michael will give the impression that Ian stormed into the property by himself, and the Newman brothers will imply that they were there to help the family through a trying period when it occurred. But the bit about Victor saving the day and Ian snatching the security guard's gun will undoubtedly be accurate. Nick will describe the events involving the weapon and offer a hypothesis on the prints on the firearm that will support the narrative. Chance will find it odd that all of this occurred after Jordan passed away on the property and will appear doubtful that Ian will confess his misdeeds during the showdown. Chance will seem irritated even if he acknowledges that the world is a better place without Jordan and Ian, since things always seem to work out for the Newmans. Claire Newman Haley Erin will join Sharon, Mariah, and Tessa in her home to talk about Ian and Jordan's partnership. Mariah will recognize that Ian was a skilled manipulator, while Tessa will feel that she should be pleading for forgiveness since she believes Ian may have changed. A startling revelation will be revealed in Thursday's Y&R episode, despite Sharon and the others' attempts to peek ahead. Ian will abruptly wake up in the ambulance, making his death a fake-out. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Ian may cause more trouble in the future. We'll keep you informed of any new, concerning developments. For amazing Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, CDL is the place to be. Make us your go-to Y&R destination. Imposter attacks GC, Sharon's new task and Adam's startling development. The Restless and the Young. There are still some surprises in store for Genoa City, according to Y&R spoilers for the week of February 3rd to 7th. Let's start by discussing Adam Newman and Mark Grossman's unexpected future. Chelsea Lawson. Once after learning about Adam's near-death encounter at the ranch with Ian Ward Ray Wise, Melissa Claire Egan could be prepared to welcome their future together. Chelsea could want to take advantage of the situation after nearly losing Adam. After all of that turmoil, will Chelsea and Adam fall asleep? In either case, Adam and Chelsea will need to manage their changing relationship and determine how it will impact their shared living situation. Claire Newman's Haley Erin will confide in Kyle Abbott Michael Mealer in the interim, and it is hoped that she will have enough faith in him to be completely honest. Claire could reveal the entire unpleasant Jordan story, including how she tricked her great-aunt from falling into a poisonous trap. Jordan eventually drank the poison tea on her own initiative, but Claire might still need to vent. Claire will be relieved that Jordan is gone, but she will also have some difficult emotions to process and worry about Victor Newman's injuries after his altercation with Ian. She'll be prepared to take on a new task with Sharon Newman, one that has previously been alluded to. Cameron Kirsten Lyndon Ashby advised that Sharon must forgive herself before she can forgive Daniel Romalotti Jr. Michael Graziardi for framing him. Daniel will undoubtedly see Ian and Jordan mostly at fault in the end, even if it could take some time for him to move over Sharon's behavior. Although Sharon might find it difficult to forgive herself, Nick Newman Joshua Morrow will be there to help her along the way. Naturally, depending on how long that goes on, Daniel may become engaged in the hunt for Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, Aria Porter-Copeland, Maddie, and Millie Ingle. Since Tessa has become a friend, Daniel could forbid anybody else from accompanying Heather Stevens' Vale Bloom to the afterlife. In any event, it is hoped that Mariah Copeland Cameron Grimes will soon feel the relief of seeing Tessa and Aria again. Mariah will have a lot to think about as she attempts to move on, regardless of whether Ian is sent back to prison or suffers a terrible destiny as a result of his gunshot wound. In the meanwhile, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, and Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, appear ready to begin their vacation to Paris, which will enable Sally to combine work and play. In the middle of all of this, Sally and Billy will become closer, thus Y&R will continue to pursue their romance. He believes he will welcome Damian Nathan Owens to Genoa City with Nate Hastings and Sean Dominic. There have been several indications throughout the broadcast that Damian may not be who he says he is. Amy Lewis, Valerie Pettiford, could assert that Damian is not her son if she finally has a chance to meet him for herself. If Audra Charles Zuleika Silva recognizes this possible Damian imposter as a face from her past, she may experience issues of her own. Stay tuned for more Damian predictions and updates on where the plot will go next. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, the week of February 3rd to 7th will bring some incredible news and dramatic ramifications. Make CDL your go-to source for Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates. We will have more amazing Y&R content.